Welcome to MATCH B2B Insights. Let me start with the uncomfortable version of the question. Is AI replacing SDRs, or is it simply revealing how much SDR work was repetitive, badly designed, and probably never should have been manual in the first place?
That is the real question. Because from the front line, AI is already replacing tasks. Research, list building, first draft messaging, follow-up reminders, CRM updates. But replacing tasks is not the same as replacing the role.
And some companies are not replacing work at all. They are automating confusion.
Exactly. They buy 5 AI tools, connect 3 of them, and then discover nobody ever defined the ICP.
That is not a technology problem. That is a very expensive identity crisis.
With a dashboard.
Good. Let us break this down through real cases, because the headlines are ahead of the operating reality. The SaaStr case is probably the most quoted. A large part of the go-to-market operation shifted toward roughly 20 AI agents. People hear that and conclude, the human team is dead.
Wait, let me stop you there. That is exactly the wrong conclusion. The agents did not wake up one morning and invent a sales process. They were trained on existing workflows, existing messaging, historical performance, access rules, escalation rules, and the judgment of strong operators.
And that matters. If your manual outbound is weak, AI does not repair it. It scales it faster.
So did AI replace the team, or did one strong operating model replace 10 inconsistent people?
Closer to the second. The efficiency came from codifying what the best people were already doing and making the system repeatable.
A small company hears 20 AI agents and thinks, fine, we need 20 agents. No, you need one clear market, one useful message, and one process that works before you automate anything.
Otherwise, you end up naming the agents, giving them personalities, and the CRM still has 6 versions of the same company.
That is more common than anyone admits.
And then management asks why the AI did not book meetings. Because the AI contacted the CFO, the office manager, and somebody who left 18 months ago.
The hidden cost is important too. Training, correction, security, access, escalation. This is not plug and play.
Correct. Every agent needs boundaries. What data can it access? What can it say? What can it send? When must it stop? Who reviews exceptions? If those rules are vague, the agent becomes a risk multiplier.
So the first lesson from SaaStr is not replace the team. It is build the operating logic first.
Yes, AI scales discipline. It also scales indiscipline. It is very democratic that way.
Now artisan. The campaign was blunt. Stop hiring humans. Brilliant headline. But let me ask the obvious question. Would you let the billboard handle a pricing objection from a strategic account?
No, the campaign was excellent marketing. It created attention. But as an operating model, it is incomplete.
And the irony is that Artisan continued hiring people.
Which is a very human response to a campaign telling everyone to stop hiring humans.
Exactly. Ava, their AI BDR, can do a lot. Prospecting, enrichment, message generation, sequencing, initial handling. But once the situation becomes ambiguous, the risk changes.
Give me an example.
A prospect replies, "We already have a provider." An automated system might classify that as objection, competitor in place. Fine. But the tone could mean 3 different things: hard rejection, mild resistance, or an invitation to show a better alternative.
The system can classify the reply and route it. It should not assume the commercial meaning.
Right. And this is where many autonomous systems are not really autonomous. They have supervised workflows with a very confident interface.
That distinction is important. The campaign sells replacement. The system actually depends on human design and human control.
Exactly. Brand provocation and operating architecture are 2 different things.
Let us bring in Klarna. Not an SDR case, but relevant. Klarna made major claims around AI efficiency in customer service and marketing. Later, the conversation shifted toward restoring more human involvement where quality and complexity mattered.
And the lesson transfers directly. AI is excellent with standard cases. High volume, repetitive questions, predictable routing.
But ambiguity is expensive. Emotional nuance, exceptions, non-standard requests, strategic accounts. Those need escalation.
So reducing headcount is not the same as improving the customer journey.
Correct. Efficiency is a system metric. Experience is a human outcome. They overlap, but they are not identical.
And in sales, the moment a prospect replies, the conversation becomes context-heavy. Send me something can mean genuine interest, polite dismissal, internal forwarding, or I do not want to talk now.
So what is the operational rule?
Escalation rules must be designed before launch, not after the first embarrassing reply.
And the automated sequence should stop when a real reply comes in.
That sounds obvious.
It is obvious. It is also violated constantly.
Because systems are often optimized for completion, not judgment.
Now let us look at the small company version. A 20-person Israeli B2B company wants to enter the US. One business development person, Apollo, sales navigator, a CRM, an AI writing tool, email automation, and, for some reason, a spreadsheet outside the CRM.
There is always a spreadsheet outside the CRM.
Usually called Final Master V7.
Naturally. So what happens first?
The targeting is too broad. They define the market as U.S. technology companies with more than 50 employees. That is not an ICP. That is a continent with a login.
Then the data is imported without proper verification. Duplicate accounts, old contacts, irrelevant titles, personal emails, missing geography.
Then AI writes plausible outreach.
Plausible is the dangerous word. It sounds professional. It mentions the company. It references a role. But there is no business reason for the conversation.
Then management sees that automation works technically and increases volume from 500 emails to 5,000.
Because activity looks like progress.
Until replies are low quality, the domain reputation weakens, and the SDR spends all day cleaning up automated noise.
The reply routing is also usually broken. Positive replies go to one inbox, unsubscribes, stay in another tool. The CRM status is outdated. The spreadsheet has different information.
A tech stack that looks like NASA, and a pipeline that looks like a bus stop at midnight.
That is painfully accurate.
So where did the failure begin?
Not with AI. It began with architecture. No clear account selection logic, no verified data standard, no message framework, no ownership, no stop conditions.
And no definition of what a qualified conversation actually is.
Good. Let us run a reply lab. First reply, we already have a provider. Brian?
Possible meaning 1, not interested. Meaning 2, contract in place but open to comparison. Meaning 3, defensive response from somebody who does not own the problem. Meaning 4, they want you to prove you understand the category.
The system can classify it as provider in place, flag account value, check renewal timing if known, and route to a human if the account is strategic.
Wait, Daniel, that is technically right, but tone still matters. We already have a provider. Full stop, no warmth, no question, is different from, we already have a provider, but send me a comparison. The model can detect some of that, but the commercial response should not be fully automatic.
Agreed. Classification is not interpretation.
Second reply, send me something.
Could be interest, could be avoidance. The next action should depend on what triggered the reply. If the person engaged with a specific problem, send one relevant asset and ask one narrow question. Do not send a company brochure and 7 attachments.
The system can select the right asset based on persona and topic, but it should create a task for the SDR, not continue a 6-step sequence as if nothing happened.
Third reply, not now.
That is not a status. It is a question. Not now because budget is closed, because timing is wrong, because priorities changed, because never.
The system should capture timing, reason, and next review date if available.
And if none of that is available?
A human asks one respectful question. Understood. Is this more likely next quarter, later this year, or simply not a priority?
So the principle is simple. Automation should accelerate the path to a conversation, not continue speaking once a real conversation has begun.
Exactly.
Now buying signals. First message, I saw you are VP of sales.
That is not personalization. That is reading the page.
Technically correct, commercially empty.
Second, congratulations on the funding round.
Better context. Still weak unless the funding changes something relevant.
Third, your new US sales hires may indicate a shift from founder-led selling toward a repeatable outbound model.
Now we have a commercial hypothesis.
Yes, but even that needs verification. The hires may replace people, the funding may be old, the executive may have left, the company may not fit the offer.
So signals guide research. They do not automatically justify outreach.
Correct. AI can surface evidence. A human still owns the decision to contact.
Because accountability cannot be delegated to a signal score.
Let us touch deliverability. What happens when volume rises too quickly?
Authentication matters. Sending behavior matters. Complaint rates matter. Suppression and opt-out handling matter. If the domain reputation is damaged, even good messages stop reaching the inbox.
And then the team blames the copy.
Of course.
There is also compliance. US, UK, and California rules differ. The platform may send the message, but the company remains responsible.
The AI will not attend the legal meeting. You will.
And it probably will not volunteer to explain why the unsubscribe list failed.
So what does the future SDR actually do?
Validates accounts, reviews signals, checks AI output, interprets objections, controls quality, decides when to escalate, nurture, or remove an account, updates the CRM correctly. Most importantly, understands the commercial reason for the conversation.
The best AI-supported SDR may actually send less and learn more. Better prioritization, better context, better feedback loops.
So the SDR becomes a commercial operator, not a faster sender.
Exactly. If the role is defined as send more emails, AI will replace a lot of it. If the role is defined as create and qualify relevant conversations, the human role becomes more valuable.
Provided the company redesigns the workflow around that role.
Let us close with a readiness test. 5 questions. Is the targeting precise?
Not broad, precise.
Is the data verified?
Not merely enriched, verified.
Are messages based on real business relevance?
Not job title personalization, relevance.
Does automation stop when human judgment is required?
If not, the system is not safe.
And are qualified conversations measured instead of activity volume?
That is the final test. Meetings that matter, not motion that looks impressive.
The conclusion is not that small B2B companies need more AI tools. They need one accountable system connecting market strategy, ICP, buying signals, verified data, messaging, content, AI, SDR execution, follow-up, and qualified meetings.
Technology should make the system stronger, not make the confusion faster.
And it should give the SDR better judgment, not just more buttons.
If you are evaluating your SDR operation, click the link and leave your details. We will examine whether the real constraint is your data, messaging, technology, SDR execution, or the system connecting them.